Welcome to New Life Live, the premier place to receive free advice from Christian psychologists and counselors for the mental, emotional, relational, and spiritual challenges you face. Since 1988, we've offered compassionate responses that combine God's truth with proven psychological principles to guide you toward healing. Our phone lines are open. Call us now at 1-800-229-3000.
If anyone's waiting till the last minute to call us today on New Life Live, we'd be thankful if you didn't. That's because we're only going to be in the studio for 1 hour today, so start calling now at 1-800-229-3000. I'm Brian Perez, by the way, joined in the studio by clinical psychologist Dr. Alice Benton. How are you, Alice?
Having a great day so far.
Yay! And New Life President Becky Brown is here. She's also a licensed professional clinical counselor. If you need help navigating that dreaded holiday drama, give us a call, 1-800-229-3000. Becky, great seeing you today, and I bet you've got something on your mind.
I always do.
Yes.
And, you know, Thanksgiving is one of those things. But I want to start with, do you want to change your brain or your mind? Gratitude is the way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I just saw a little reel that talked about how, you know, it's not just positive thinking, but it is just positive thinking. Literally will change your mind. So in this season of Thanksgiving, and we're, you know, trying to think of the things that we're grateful for, it does make a difference. Neuroscience reveals that gratitude can change the brain in remarkable ways. So when we express gratitude, our brain releases dopamine, which is the feel-good chemical, and this neurotransmitter boosts our mood. It actually makes us feel better and enhances our well-being. Gratitude activates the prefrontal cortex, which is the area responsible for decision-making and emotional regulation. Who couldn't use some of that as they think about going into Thanksgiving with family and friends? I know a lot of people are stressing because they're going to spend the day eating a ton of food with people that they may or may not just always see. And it does shift the way that our brain works. But I just want to encourage you, think about the things that we are blessed with. You woke up this morning, you are breathing, you have a roof over your head, hopefully. You know, research shows us that gratitude improves our mental health by reducing stress and anxiety. It also enhances our physical health by boosting the immune system, improving sleep quality. The benefits of gratitude extend beyond an individual, fostering empathy and strengthening relationships. So think about that. You know, you're stressing about going to Thanksgiving, or even maybe you're stressing because of all the things that you have to prepare for people who are coming to your house. I want you to start thinking about, thank you, Lord, for providing the food. Thank you that I'm able to cook the food. And I know that sounds very Pollyanna-ish, but it will change your brain. It goes beyond mere words, even thinking about what you can be grateful for. And let me tell you, this is a practice that I have to do because I can tend to be cynical. I know that surprises so many of you because I'm so delightful, but I'm just saying, I just have that kind of a brain that I can question things, or I think, you know, sarcastically. But what I recognize is that when I can go beyond that quick reaction to, well, this is a good situation because, or I'm grateful that this didn't happen that way because, it really is changing my brain. So I want us to embrace a mindset of abundance. And as gratitude becomes a habit, it will influence both our mental and emotional health. And I know some of you who are struggling with depression may have a difficult time getting there. But if you just practice one thing at all, just write down something that you're grateful for. I'm grateful for you being able to hear us today. And I hope that we get to talk to you sometime.
Yes, 1-800-229-3000 is the number to call. And look, I found a tip sheet. You can order this when you call us at 1-800-NEW-LIFE. We'll send it to you. You'll get it in plenty of time because we'll email it to you. So you'll get it so that you'll be ready for tomorrow. It's called 8 Ways to Adopt an Attitude of Gratitude. So no doubt some of the things that Becky said are on this list. There might be more. So call us and we'll send it to you at 1-800-NEW-LIFE. And we'll get to your calls in just a moment.
I went to Every Man's Battle in 2012. My sexual integrity was not what it should have been. I sought out affairs, whether physical or emotional. Until I came to Every Man's Battle, I didn't understand that would never fill that void.
Every day, men struggle with sexual integrity. Impure thoughts, strip clubs, affairs, pornography.
The shame and guilt was overwhelming.
For over 20 years, New Life Ministries has been helping men regain their integrity through their one-of-a-kind Every Man's Battle Intensive.
You will discover what the true root of your pain is, and you will discover how to overcome.
You don't have to struggle any longer. Get help in Washington, D.C., December 5th through the 7th. Call 1-800-NEW-LIFE to register or to find out more. 1-800-639-5433 or online at newlife.com. Enter the code NLL for a discount.
Every Man's Battle saved my life.
1-800-NEWLIFE and the discount code NLL. To find out more information about New Life or to order any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Now back to New Life Live.
We've got a Black Friday sale going on, and you don't have to wait until Friday to start shopping. This is one of the best ways to invest in your healing, growth, and relationships before the year ends. We're offering 10% off all New Life intensives and webinars with the code Black Friday. Now, if you've been thinking about finally taking that next step, whether for marriage, recovery, trauma, or personal growth, this is the time. We've also got 2 great options on products in the New Life store. Choose the deal that works best for you. Deal number 1 is free shipping on orders of $50 plus using that same code, Black Friday. Or deal number 2, 20% off all products, books, devotionals, audio resources, and journals. These offers apply to all products except for clearance and bulk items. There's the legalese. The sale is going on right now through Sunday, so you've got time, but not a whole lot. The sale is the perfect opportunity to invest in things that truly matter, and you can do it right now on your phone from the comfort of your couch. No need to get in line out in the cold at 4 in the morning. These resources can make a real difference in your healing, your relationships, and your walk with God. Visit newlife.com. Use the code Black Friday, all one word, at checkout. Whether it's an intensive, a webinar, or a resource from the New Life store, this is the perfect moment to take that step you've been putting off. 1-800-229-3000. Yes, totally. Let's talk to Dolores in Orlando, Florida, who is listening on newlife.com. Hi, Dolores. Thanks for calling in today. Dolores, are you there?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. What's your question?
I've been seeing a psychiatrist for approximately 25 years. He closed his practice and left the area. Is it okay to give him a call where he's at to let him know I'm doing okay?
That's an unusual question. What's your motivation in wanting to let him know you're okay? Just sharing good news?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Uh-huh. And when he closed his practice, Dolores, did he provide contact information so that you could still get a hold of him even though he was no longer working?
No, he did not.
How did you find his number?
On the computer.
Sure, just easily. Just found his private number.
His work number.
Oh,
At his new practice.
Right, it's a new location where he's now practicing.
Got it. So he's not retired. He just moved.
Right.
Okay.
Dolores, I think it would be delightful to receive your call. Because we providers, we almost only receive the calls if I'm not doing well and not to want to celebrate that your good work helped me to continue to do well. And especially because he's still working. If he were retired, I think that would be a little bit different, finding his personal number. But because he's still in practice, I would say go ahead. I'm curious what Becky's opinion is.
Well, I was going to ask all those. I was going to ask all those same questions, Dolores. But here's the other thing I want to know: is do you have continued care? You are doing fine, but after seeing somebody for that long of time, it would be important for you to have that continued care. You do have somebody?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And did you ask them about that?
No, I have not.
Okay. I think it might be good to process. I agree with you, Alice, in that we don't hear those stories. And usually in therapy, we don't always hear the rest of the story. And especially if you're doing well, I think it would be rewarding for the person who's worked with you for so long. But I think it could be helpful for you to process with the current psychiatrist or psychologist, whoever you're working with, just to, kind of work through maybe something that you might not be aware of. That's a long time to be in care. And so it makes sense that there's a little bit of loss or a lot of loss in that transition, but it would be a delightful call, or maybe even a card to the practice would be nice.
Dolores, do you have other people to share that good news with too? People in your inner circle?
Family members.
And do you feel fulfilled by the community you have around you? Are they people who are good at listening and being interested in what's happening to you?
Yes.
So you may be one of those rare people that would call the customer service line to say, just want you to know, I really like this. So bravo, Dolores, for being both a unique call and for being a ray of sunshine back to this psychiatrist.
Talk about having an attitude of gratitude.
Right.
I
love it.
Yeah.
You're the rock star of the day, Dolores.
Yes, Dolores. What a great call. We're going to send you How You Think Determines the Course of Your Life from the newlife.com store just for calling in today, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, stay on hold. We'll send that out to you, and happy Thanksgiving to you. Now let's talk to Sue in Wilmington, Delaware. Welcome to New Life Live. Thank you for calling 1-800-229-3000.
Hi, thank you so much. I feel privileged to be having you answer my call. I've been listening for 3 years. And I told your representative that I lost my husband in 2022. It was kind of sudden, but not completely. We had moved in 2021 to Austin, Texas, to be closer to my daughter and family, our only granddaughter. So that went well for a year. But after he passed away, about 3 months after that, they told me they would rather I live in Delaware, which I'm from, and just visit Austin. So it was kind of hurtful to hear that, but I sort of accepted it. And within a year, I moved to Delaware. My daughter and her husband did not help me pack. They did not even drive me to the airport. They also never included me in my granddaughter's 5th birthday dinner, which was 5 months after my husband died, because my son-in-law does not like it when his daughter prefers me over him. Oh. And we have had a little bit of that through even when my husband was living. And then I asked them not to leave me alone on Father's Day. But they did. They took his whole family out of town. They told me everyone that was going, and they said, and by the way, you're not invited.
They specifically said that to you?
Yes, my daughter said that to me in a restaurant. And she said, now don't go getting mad. Don't go getting mad. And she was not raised like that.
Did she say a specific reason why you weren't invited?
Yes, because my granddaughter would not want to hang out with her dad if I'm there. My granddaughter and I are extremely close. I thought I was close with my daughter, but my real concern is I think he is manipulating the situation. We're all Christians. I don't want to resent him. I don't want to resent my daughter. I have visited Austin 3 times, and it's gone okay. It hasn't gone great. You would be surprised at the way they dismiss me. I have to rent a car because they don't like to drive me around. And it just goes on. It's all these little subtle in a way, but not subtle.
Well, no, there's no subtlety, Sue. It's pretty obvious that they are who they are. So we are tracking with you. Yes.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's like at Christmas Day, the one year I was there, her husband came purposely an hour and a half late and made his daughter, who was 4, wait to open my gift because he has to see what I give her. I mean, and then I'm like, is it me? Is it them?
No.
I haven't, as far as I know, done anything. My husband and I were our caretakers of our baby girl when she was first born.
Oh. Yeah.
So here's the thing, that this isn't you. This is a relationship challenge. Something that I've quoted Maya Angelou said years ago, people tell you who they are, believe them the first time. And your son-in-law, it's interesting that when you guys moved down to Austin, was it on their invitation? Like, it's like, come down here, move here. Is that what they invited you?
Our daughter kept saying that, and we said, is Ryan, her husband, okay with it? And she said yes. But it was almost, I'd say, within 6 months. It started with I wasn't allowed to go to a movie with them because he was taking his mother and wanted his daughter to be with his mother, even though they're not involved.
Right. So here's the challenge that you have, Sue, is how do you stay in relationship with your daughter, your granddaughter, and ultimately your son-in-law, even though there's so many obstacles and it's obvious that he's got some challenges. You said that you went down there, and I think one of the big things that you're going to have to work through is, I'm going to have to rent a car, or this is not the way it should be. And the more you can move into accepting that this is the way that it is, you'll be able to be present when you are there. Right now, you're still in a state of shock, understandably. There's been multiple losses, not only the loss of your husband, as well as the loss of your daughter in this relationship. But I love that you've been able to go back there. Do you know what I mean when I say you've got to move into acceptance? Now you're in this kind of bewildered, like, I can't even believe that this is going on. And we're shocked too. Right. We are shocked. So, but I just, I also want to know, when you moved back to Delaware, were you able to pick up with friends, family that you had there, that you had established relationships with?
Yes. And I'm back at my old church that we were all a part of 30 years ago. And everybody's been very welcoming, and I have things to do. But that loss, the secondary loss has really, I don't know if I even grieved my husband appropriately yet.
Right. It's a lot of shock. Well, I'm going to say one more thing and let Alice take it from here. Sue, here's the big challenge is, it is a loss. It is grief. And you want to be able to be who you are, not in reaction to who he has created in this situation. And so that you can love them in the way that you can, but you also need to get some grief relief, really. But Alice, what would you suggest?
Sue, you sound like you're being punished for being nice. And the fact that you're really effective at engaging your granddaughter makes you unsafe for her father. And that's a tragedy.
Yes.
He should be learning from you rather than keeping you at bay.
I agree.
It reminds me of how we're warned that if we're trying to live that Christian life, we will be punished for it. We will suffer for it. And it does break up families sometimes. And it's probably because you're being so kind. I feel sorry for him and angry with him that he might have such an insecurity that he can't handle you being close to his daughter like that. But I'll admit, as a parent, I have experienced jealousy when my children want to go to somebody else. So I can commiserate with him a little bit, but not that he takes it to this extent. I would recommend that you purposefully work on offloading anger, hurt, and justified unforgiveness or struggle to forgive him. And one of those ways of working on forgiving what is unforgivable, especially as it's continuous, it's not a one-time rejection.
Yes.
It is to let
Correct.
God know your state of heart. And it may be, God, I can't forgive this. I'm hurting so much. This is so unfair. But God, I give you permission to work on my heart state with me so I can one day get to the place of forgiving this man. But it's going to be such an ongoing choice because he keeps mistreating you. The Bible telling us that we're to pray for our enemies. If you can choose to pray for him because he's acting like an enemy to a great extent, that can soften the heart and move you towards forgiveness, which is peace for you. It's to serve you, not to serve him, to forgive what he's doing.
Sue, we're going to send you a copy of the Life Recovery Workbook for Grief, and we surely do pray that you guys will be able to work this out maybe by the next holiday. We'll be back on New Life Live.
Hello, everybody. It's Becky Brown, and I'm coming to you with an urgent need. There are many people that are in difficult relationships, difficult places in their lives.
How do I navigate through that and not to hurt my son?
We had some generous friends of New Life that started a matching gift, and every gift will be doubled up to $475,000. The matching window closes December 31st, so don't wait. Every moment matters in recovery, healing, and restoration.
I do a lot of work in my local church, and so just being able to hear y'all work through some of these situations really helps me to have some insight on how to help others.
Make your gift today by going to newlife.com, click on Donate, or text the word MATCH to 28950. You can also call us, 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Together, we will bring hope and help to so many more people. And I want to say thank you in advance. Call 1-800-NEW-LIFE, or you can text the word MATCH to 28950.
Club New Life changes lives.
You guys came along into my life in 2022. That was a really, really difficult year of my life.
You can help New Life Ministries provide Christ-centered hope and counseling resources to thousands of people by joining Club New Life today.
I began to really process a lot of things that I've needed to for a long time, and y'all were a very big part of that.
When you sign up to support us monthly through Club New Life, you'll make a difference in the lives of individuals and families with godly counsel and connection to help.
I came out of it having never experienced anything like that, and y'all were there.
Join today and help continue the message of hope to a troubled world.
I knew I had to keep going, and I joined Club New Life, and y'all have been the resource that has now been a light for my wife and I.
Go to newlife.com/CNL, and together we can help hurting people find help and hope in life's hardest places.
Keep doing what you do because it makes a difference.
newlife.com/CNL. To find out more information about New Life or to order any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Now back to New Life Live.
If you feel overwhelmed by family expectations, overcommitment, or emotional pressure during the holidays, and all the people said amen, we have a webinar coming up for you. It's called Healthy Holiday Boundaries. Plan to join us Wednesday, December 10th at 7 p.m. Central Time. You don't have to dread the holidays. You can be cool, calm, collected, connected, and Christ-centered. We'll show you how at the Healthy Holiday Boundaries webinar. It's less than $20 for a 90-minute course, including 30 minutes of Q&A, and it is a webinar, so if you sign up before Sunday, you can take 10% off when you use promo code Black Friday, all one word. And if you've already got something going on that night, December 10th, register anyway, because a day or two after the webinar, we'll email you a link that's good for about a week to let you watch it again. All right, back to the phones, 1-800-229-3000. Let's talk to Jack, who is a Club New Life member in Knoxville, Tennessee, listening on WRJZ. Hello, Jack. Thank you for calling in today to New Life Live.
Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it.
And thank you for being a Club New Life member, too.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. I believe in the value of New Life. The other thing is I've signed up for the boundaries class you just talked about, so I'm looking forward to that. So that is my question. How do I establish healthy boundaries with my in-laws without feeling like I'm being mean to them or punishing them? this is kind of a hard situation because I've been married for 16 years, and for all of those years, my in-laws have lived 14 hours away in Florida. Well, they just moved 5 minutes away from where I live. Mm-hmm. And so this is going to be a little tough of, holiday. This is our first holiday with having them here. Mm-hmm. So the deeper issue is that my wife doesn't really believe that we need boundaries with my in-laws. And she believes that her parents could, they are elderly, so she believes they could die at any moment. And she feels like she needs to spend time with them. And when I've tried to talk to her about it, she's like, well, don't you want me to have a good relationship with my parents? And I'm like, well, sure. So I guess the big problem is trying to understand where the lines are, where the boundaries are, and having a healthy relationship with my wife, but yet we're caught in this triangle.
And Jack, if you gave us a specific example of how the time she spends with them gets in the way of time with you or time with the kids, is it excessive? Okay. Is it over the weekend? How does it work?
Well, it's okay. For example, my daughter's a cheerleader, and they come to every one of her cheerleading activities. And so when my wife and I get there, we always have to pick up my in-laws because they've asked that we all drive together to the various locations. And when we get there, my wife just is totally focused on them, and then she will sit with them, and I feel like I'm separated from her, and it's like we're not even there at the football game together. She's very much focused on her parents.
Did you ever experience that from her before they came back, that she was so focused on somebody else other than you?
Yeah, she had a brother who had muscular dystrophy, and her family was very, everything was about him. So when we got our first house, my wife was measuring the doors and things to make sure that his wheelchair could get through the house. And so he did pass away about 10 years ago. And I think I don't know how well my wife has worked through that grief. But she has had loss in her life, and I think that has something to do with it.
Jack, have you guys done any counseling around any of this stuff?
No. We have done counseling years ago, though, but not anything recently. But I have tried to talk with her about it, but she's very shut down about it. I can't mention boundaries. I can't mention any of that. So
well, it doesn't surprise me, Jack, because it's very vulnerable. She's got a big wound from just her childhood. If you've listened to the show, we talk about those attachment styles, and when you have a family member that has special needs, it changes the way how this goes. And so you started the call with, we need boundaries with my in-laws. Well, the reality is, Jack, you and your wife need to have some help with your connection, because when you feel more connected to her, it won't matter if you have to pick up the in-laws. It won't matter that they have to go to every place, because you will feel connected to her. And I know that's a very simplified kind of thing, but the other thing is, a lot of times when we set boundaries, we are not going to feel good about them. We think that we set a boundary and then we're going to feel good, the other person's going to feel good. That doesn't usually happen. And I just think step one for you guys is not for you to say, honey, we need to set boundaries with your mom and dad. We can't, that's just too much for her to take in. But what you can do is invite her into being closer to you. And so just when you said that she shuts down about this, you two need to find a pathway to each other. And it's going to change everything in your relationship. I hear the music. We want to hear from Alice, but Brian? You want to take it from here?
Yes, for sure. So Jack, we'll come back to you. We'll hear what Alice has to say, and we've got some more calls coming up as well, and we're still waiting for you to call in. We're only going to be here this hour, so if you want to talk to us today, 1-800-229-3000 is the number. We sure are grateful for you, our listening family, and our viewers as well on Facebook and YouTube.
Are you ready for the holidays, or are you dreading the holidays? Well, we have a new webinar, and it's called Healthy Holiday Boundaries. The holiday season often brings joy, but it also can bring pressure, guilt, and emotional overwhelm. Healthy Holiday Boundaries is a 90-minute faith-based webinar. You'll learn how to protect your peace, manage expectations, and set healthy limits without guilt. Whether you're facing family tensions, an overcommitted schedule, or emotional fatigue, this webinar will help you reclaim calm and connection. This isn't just information, it's an invitation.
The Healthy Holidays Boundaries webinar is Wednesday evening, December 10th. Call 1-800-NEW-LIFE or go online to newlife.com. Experience the freedom Christ offers and discover how to give your best yes and your healthiest no this holiday season. 1-800-639-5433. Do you need help for life's hard situations?
My husband recently said he wanted a divorce.
I'm confused on what I should do.
I have an eating disorder.
New Life Live answers your questions on relationships, grief, addiction, trauma, anxiety, and much more, all from a biblical perspective with our panel of professional counselors and psychologists.
I learn a lot from your program.
You help so many people.
I appreciate your ministry.
Whether you listen or watch, there are so many ways to connect with us to ask our panel of counselors a question. Call us Monday through Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific at 1-800-229-3000 to ask your question on New Life Live. Or go to newlife.com/radio for other ways to get your question answered.
I'm trying to find help.
I just want to know how to set boundaries.
If it's a sin, what am I supposed to do?
Need a therapist or a coach, a resource, or an intensive? Call us at 1-800-NEW-LIFE. That's 1-800-639-5433. 1-800-NEW-LIFE. To find out more information about New Life or to order any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Now back to New Life Live.
We've been speaking with Jack in Tennessee, who called in about establishing boundaries with in-laws, and then we said, well, no, I think there's something with your spouse, with your wife, that we need to work on here too. Alice, what would you say to Jack?
Jack, I hope you throw your wife a curveball by telling her, I think I've been focusing on the wrong thing. I want to back off my concern about your parents. And I wonder, what can we do to improve our bond, you and me? Maybe that's where my focus should have been. And then I want you to ask her a really tough question. How do I make it difficult for you to connect with me? And Jack, even if there's not a real answer there, that's a very safe question. And because your wife is in a defensive position, trying to protect her relationship with her parents, taking the focus off her parents, putting it on you, will help lower her defensiveness. And maybe there is something. Maybe you've been harsh sometimes in the past. Maybe you were withdrawn or passive. Being able to find those things out so that you have the power to make changes, because you don't have much power to change what she's doing with her parents, but you have power to change your approach. I'm excited for you, actually, because I think a lot of good will come out of this conversation with her.
Me too.
Jack, thanks for calling in today. We're going to send you a copy of How We Love from the newlife.com store. We also invite you and your wife to the next Intimacy in Marriage Weekend Intensive, happening Valentine's Day weekend in Orange County, California. You're a Club New Life member too, so you get a discount. And anybody else who's listening right now or watching, if you use the code Black Friday before Sunday at newlife.com, you can get a discount too for the Intimacy and Marriage Weekend Intensive or any of our intensives that are coming up. Again, that code is Black Friday. All right, let's help some more people. Actually, yes, you can help us help more people when you give right now to New Life. Twice as many people, in fact, because the New Life Matching Grant Challenge is on. Matching Gift Challenge, I should say. Becky Brown, tell us all about it.
You know, I am so excited. I want to say good job at Alice on that last comment to Jack, because this is what we're about. We want you to think in different ways. We want to help you in your relationships. But we recently got a note from Evelyn in Birmingham, England. When you give, you're helping people around the world. And, think about just no matter where you are, we're able to give you godly counsel because of the financial support of so many people. And the seed that was planted with our friends has made it possible for you to double your gift. So if you have not given to the match, make your gift today. Mm-hmm. You can go to newlife.com and click on match. You can, if you're watching on YouTube, you can get the QR code there, or you can text the word match to 28950. Any way that you give, you can know that you're making a difference not only here, but worldwide. So thank you in advance for being part of changing people's lives.
Yep, and you can also call 1-800-NEW-LIFE, and your gift will be matched that way. And Evelyn, yes, thank you so much. I read Evelyn's note. She says that she shares the program with with people she knows. And so if you're a friend of Evelyn's who found out about us because of Evelyn.
Hey, Evelyn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yep. And your generosity transforms lives. Find out more at newlife.com/match. Back to the phones. Here is Naomi in Chilliwack, British Columbia. Another international listener.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great. Hi, Naomi. Thanks for calling New Life Live. Thanks for watching us on YouTube.
Oh, you're welcome. I love you guys. I'm a New Life supporter, and I've listened to you for years, and you've been very instrumental in my life, and I want to thank you for that.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
Okay, so this is the situation. By the grace of God, my son and his wife and his family of 7 children have landed in Canada after living undocumented in the U.S. for 15 years. It's our little miracle. But it hasn't come without a cost to us. This whole thing was extremely expensive. With a lawyer, getting a lawyer involved, an immigration lawyer who helped us tremendously, and helping him financially. And we also had to submit documents showing our bank information, indicating to the government that we were able to sponsor them and bring them to Canada, and without that, they wouldn't have been able to come. Now, my concern is, how do we gradually relinquish the responsibility back to my son to provide for his family? He's here right now with all of them, and he doesn't have a job. So we have committed to help them with their rent for the year, and we'll go forward from that by the end of the year. And we're also helping with groceries and a few other basic, but we're being very specific about what we can help with and what we can't help with. But my issue right now is, I guess you would call it enmeshment. I'm constantly thinking of, oh my God, tomorrow, how what's going to happen in the future with them, and I have to let that go. I have to really work at that, put my trust in God. He brought them here. They are not in the same city as we are because they wanted to move to Calgary, which I think is, at first I wasn't very happy about that, but I think it's a blessing that they're in a different city. They wanted to be close to a church, a very traditional Catholic church with other big families, and those families have already begun to reach out to them, so that's a good thing. I told them, you need to surround yourself with people that can support you, because we're not always going to be here. I'm 67.
Naomi, you've already laid down some really good, clear messaging to your son. Are you concerned that he won't seek a job, and has he been too financially dependent on you in other seasons of life as well?
He has been. I mean, he was living in a seminary for 12 years. And so he wasn't, he didn't grow up in our family. He came up, he had a lot of expectations and beliefs about certain things. And I guess my concern is that he can be unrealistic sometimes, that God is going to provide for him, but we are not God. God can use us, the way he wants to use us. But do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, and what I'm thinking, Naomi, is now is your turn to recognize that you are not God anymore. You've done exceedingly abundantly more than they could ask or imagine. But now and I'm celebrating that they are there, and there's not that tension of a country, a border, all of those things. The thing that we've told people over the years about establishing boundaries or launching people strong is they're incremental. So I love, like what you said, Alice, I love that you have said, we'll pay rent by this time, we will supply groceries. And what I would suggest is you and your husband have to decide what you can do. And you're going to have feelings about what you can't do. It's going to be painful when your son decides he doesn't get a job quick enough. There's going to be all kinds of things that you can't control. And you're going to have to get to a place where I will trust God more than, I would imagine that it would be great for him to get a job or the daughter-in-law, something, but it may not happen. And Naomi, that's the hardest part of the great job that you've done getting him where he is.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And I want to mention something that I haven't mentioned before. I have gone to Celebrate Recovery because of you guys, because I learned about Celebrate Recovery from you. And I was not drinking for 5 years. And my husband was away in Europe for a month with his brother and sister, and I'm glad that he was. He needed that break. But I was so stressed out by the costs of like the U-Haul boxes and different things, that the prices that were coming up. We have a wine cellar, and I opened a few bottles of wine. Now, I'm not going to... My husband's back. I'm happy to have him back here. I need to manage my emotions and separate myself from them. And I'm, surrounding myself with people who, like I'm part of a Bible, a group on the Bible meditation. We're doing meditations together. There's a couple of women from church.
Naomi, if I may step in there. You're making sure that you're getting fueled because you saw that when you were overwhelmed, you were turning back to alcohol, something you had cleared out of your life. So as you release your son to decide how little or how much he'll work and how long he's going to wait on God, making sure you're getting care for yourself will be key in staying strong to not save him too quickly. You might also accumulate other resources, a life coach, food stamps, knowledge of where to get those things, so that when he struggles, if he waits too long, you can offer resources but not be the one to provide for him.
Right. I love that.
We're at our break. We'll be back here on New Life Live.
We've been married 33 years. We attended the Intimacy and Marriage Workshop. Even though we've read books or attended a few other marriage weekends, this was certainly different and a lot more intensive than initially that we thought.
When you come to Intimacy and Marriage, you're going to be immersed into a 3-day process.
Was not really sure exactly what to expect, but the idea of learning to really understand intimacy was intriguing. We had been in the same patterns of struggle over and over again.
If you've thought, I don't think we can ever change, we're just in this rut and we can't get out, the Intimacy and Marriage Workshop can help you get out of the rut.
The Intimacy and Marriage Weekend is February 13th to the 15th in Orange County, California. Register online at newlife.com or call 1-800-NEW-LIFE and use the code NLL for a discount. 1-800-639-5433.
I would highly recommend it.
For over 35 years, New Life has been the most trusted name in Christian counseling.
Your ministry has saved my life.
If you struggle with emotional hurt, family or marriage problems, the pit of depression, or the pain of addiction, we can help.
I'm down 100 pounds now from what I was.
I found a counselor through New Life Ministries, and it's just been outstanding.
Our treatment programs provide clinically appropriate solutions from licensed professionals, all in a biblical framework.
I have had problems with alcohol. I think God has ordained this place to be His
is.
You don't have to be a prisoner of your pain. Help is available at 1-800-NEW-LIFE.
She tells me that I'm a new man, and I feel like a new man.
It worked for me, and it can work for them too.
This time it is different.
If you're ready to take the first steps toward genuine spiritual and emotional healing, call us today at 1-800-NEW-LIFE. God can open the door for a better tomorrow.
To get someone that's competent, that's good at what they do, it's been like day and night compared to what I've had before.
Call 1-800-639-5433. To find out more information about New Life or to order any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. Now back to New Life Live.
And now let's go to Roseanne in Philadelphia, listening on WBYN. Hello, Roseanne. Thank you for calling 1-800-229-3000.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, like the previous lady, I've listened to your program for a long time. And back in the 90s, you guys pretty much confirmed what God was saying to me and helped me change my entire life.
I love that.
That was 1998. Wow. So I can tell you August of 1998. But I have a different issue right now, and I'm going to try to be as brief as I can because I only have like 12 minutes. I have a doctor's appointment at 2 o'clock. But, and I'm on the East Coast. But I have a son who's 46, and him and I have always been close. We've had a rough life, 2 divorces, a custody battle, just abandonment, a lot of stuff. So my son has a lot of stuff and junk in his past. And he went to counseling for it, so he was healed with it, but he's not. About a year and a half ago, and he's very scattered, and I think it's a lot because of his childhood, going back and forth to homes, the custody battle, just all kinds of stuff. So he went to a doctor. He thinks he has ADHD because of, his scatteredness and, just he can't focus. And I think it's more to do with getting to the root issue of some other stuff in the past. That's me. But he got put on either Adderall or Ritalin, one of the two. And he's been on that. He started at 5 milligrams. Now he's up to, I think, the max or whatever it is at 30 in less than a year, in 6-7 months. He's like at the max. And it's changed him. It's It's almost like I don't recognize my son. And he's so I was down there in July. He lives in another state. I go down every 4 months. He has a wife and an 11-year-old grandson. And when I left, I thought everything was okay. Went to go back, and we've always been close. And then all of a sudden, he stopped having communication with me. I would call him. I would text him. He wouldn't respond. I would call my grandson and text him too. He wouldn't respond, and him and I always talked. So and it kept going, and finally at one point I was like panicking, going, if somebody does, and I text my daughter-in-law. I said, if somebody doesn't call me back, I'm sending the police for a welfare check, or I'm driving down. And then finally I got a text back, and since this time, and it's been since July, I've maybe had 2 conversations verbally with my son, and he'll text me, but it's just almost, I don't know what's happening. I'm losing my son.
Roseanne?
Yeah.
Roseanne, did he give a reason for the non-contact during that time?
Yes, I did reach out to him, begging him for an answer, begging him for something, and he said he's overwhelmed. He's trying to, his job, he has a very stressful job. He works from home, and it's very stressful. He's trying to figure out the job, the family, being a father, and he never had an example of a good father. So he's always struggled with how to be a good man and a father and pull it all together. And he said he's just struggling right now. But I don't really know what's happening. Here's my bottom line question. I want to go down. I've been really, really praying about this, Lord. What should I do? Should I let him be? I sent them Thanksgiving Day cards. I put my message in there. Do I just stop? Let God be God? Part of me wants to get in the car and go.
I know, and I can hear the panic in your voice. I can hear the dysregulation that you're experiencing in this shift. And your son probably has had some changes. It can be medication, but it could be exactly what he said. He's overwhelmed with life. And I was just talking about this at the break, as we launch our adult kids, we take a different role in their life. And I think it would be fine if you would go. I think that has to be worked out, with them, what works for their schedules. But what I would want for you, Roseanne, is for you to get someone that you can process this with. You've been through a lot with him. And so this is a big shift. And I don't know if this all started with him getting help for his ADD and for the, or if it is just a new place in your own heart, in your own life. But I'm thankful that they're okay and that that he gave you a reason for the disconnection that makes sense on some level. It can feel painful as a mom, especially as close as you were, but it does make sense. It's not like he's saying, Mom, don't talk to me and don't be anything, a part of our life. He's not saying that. So we got to figure out how to connect with them in a way that works for both of you. Alice?
Roseanne, given that he was your person as you went through 2 divorces, I think that it has been hard to allow him to have his own new people that are no longer you. You're not his central focus. And that is painful. And in a way, it's unfair because you have protected your boy through all the chaos you two went through. And so because he is no longer in that same position with you, I think it will be important for you to expand your group of your people so that you have multiple people who are giving you reciprocal love and receiving love from you. You obviously have a lot of love to give. You visit 4 times every 4 months. I mean, that's wonderful. So that enormous love, it needs a channel. And it would be good to have a community right there around you to be able to give and receive from them. So I'd recommend that you not go back to visit him until you have that community built up. Because if you come with a high level of anxiety that we hear, it will probably feel even more overwhelming to them. It's totally understandable that you wanted to do a welfare check or get down there because all of a sudden none of them were answering. I think they can feel how anxious you are also, and that may lead to your son backing away from you even more, unfortunately. So getting to a calm, serene place, that acceptance Becky was talking about, that will help you be, this is a weird way to say it, but be an attractive presence in their life again versus an anxious presence. So I'd also have you consider, why don't you believe what he tells you? Why don't you believe it's work and overwhelm? And I'm sure part of it is the suddenness without prior explanation, but I also think it feels way too familiar to you. Whatever you went through with those 2 husbands, I'm sure they shocked you with their moves. They all of a sudden weren't talking to you. And so I think you're also feeling some history seeping in, bleeding into this situation, which makes it feel that much scarier, of course. So separating those 2 through doing your own individual processing of what you've lived through will help you get to calm. So then you can visit your son.
Yeah, and Roseanne, you want to be connected to them in a way that feels safe and not too much. And that's the balance that Alice is talking about, that I'm talking about. And that's where I would recommend that we send her Jim's book, Doing Life with Your Adult Children. And I want to give her some recommendations for counselors in the area as well, because that's a lot to unpack. But it is worth doing. And it is something that you can do, Roseanne, I believe it.
That's interesting that her son is feeling all this overwhelm, and Roseanne's anxiety might be adding to it. And
she's feeling overwhelmed. So it's overwhelmed. It's all of those mirror neurons that are, just going through the phone lines. It's literally, there's a fire that feels like it's burning out of control. And we just need to calm it down so that we can have the connection that we really want and to move through the things, just like you said, Alice. And, Roseanne, we know that it's hard. We know that it's hard. So we're not dismissing what you're feeling, but we want to give you some practical steps so that you have the connection with your family like you want.
Roseanne, thanks for calling us today here on New Life Live, and that's all the time we have on today's episode. We'll be back here tomorrow. You can listen or watch for the Thanksgiving episode. I want to close with this Bible verse, Colossians 1:3. We give thanks to God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, praying always for you. We do pray for you guys, and you can send us your requests on our website, newlife.com. While you're at newlife.com, don't forget about our matching gift challenge and the Black Friday sale going on from now through Sunday. today. Use the code Black Friday. See ya.
Thanks for listening. We hope this program has helped you by giving you insights for handling the challenges you face in your life. We want you to know that we're here for you, but you also need to know that New Life Live is a listener-supported ministry. To make your donation or to get any of the resources mentioned on today's program, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE. That's 1-800-639-5433 or online at newlife.com. Please join us again tomorrow for New Life Live.